Vegeta's reckless strike against Pan was not just a mistake. The dream that had baffled everyone has now come true. Goku raised his hand, staring only at Vegeta, silent, imposing, his intent unreadable. Vegeta's heart trembled as he realized the gravity of the predicament, yet he lifted his head, his voice firm despite the tension. "If you are still the Kakarot I know, then stop this power of yours." Goku replied, "You dared to touch my family. Now you will know the price of that audacity." Everyone around them froze. A deadly silence filled the place. Suddenly, Goku unleashed an immense wave of energy toward Vegeta at unbelievable speed, striking him without mercy. The energy surged upward, pierced the atmosphere, and exploded in space. The attack shook planet Earth entirely. When the dust settled, the shock was overwhelming. Vegeta was covered in blood, struggling to catch his breath. The friends around them wondered in disbelief. How did Vegeta not evade that attack? He trained for many months under the strongest masters. The second interrupted, focused. "That's not what astonishes me. Didn't you feel it? Why did the energy veer off towards space?" The third, confused and afraid. Is this what we saw in the dream? Or is this really Goku?" The mystery surfaced. Goku's intent was unclear, and Vegeta was still standing, waiting for another move. Goku began to approach slowly and said, "Those who err face my power. This is a lesson, not revenge." Then he attacked again. A devastating blow struck Vegeta's arm so hard that the ground trembled around them. Goku continued. "Rushing to judgment breeds catastrophe." Vegeta, in pain, thought to himself, "I won't escalate things further. I still don't understand what lies behind his anger, but if he must vent it on me, then so be it. What matters is that the worst thing we saw in the dream does not come true." Then Goku delivered a decisive, crushing strike to Vegeta's abdomen, so powerful that every cell of his being trembled. Everyone around them felt the weight of that power. What they witnessed was not merely a fight, but a stark warning of the power and curse of the Dragon Balls. Vegeta fell to his knees, blood pouring heavily from his body. Terror froze on everyone's faces. Suddenly, Bulma stepped forward bravely, standing before the composed Goku. Her heart raced, her voice trembled, but she shouted, "Stop! Don't do this!" Everyone froze. Trunks cried out desperately, "Get back, Mom! We don't know his intention! We don't know if this is really Goku!" Goku remained silent and unmoving, but Vegeta's heart was flooded by memories of the dream, visions of his wife flickering before him, helpless. The fear of that scene repeating overwhelmed him. He shouted, "Get away!" Then he took a deep breath and roared with terrifying force, a power he had been storing for months of training under the harshest conditions, a power no one had ever seen before. The planet shook, his roar rising into space, filling the air with light and heat. Vegeta's new transformation finally emerged. The transformation forged by iron will, the result of many months of training under the strongest royal master. The friends were stunned. Some whispered, This is his true power. We never knew." Vegeta clenched his fists tightly, his voice cutting through the air. "I was trying to calm things down, to understand what was happening. I never wanted to kill you, but if there is a threat to my family, then I will not leave you a chance to live, Kakarot." Goku's gaze was calm, silent. Suddenly, Vegeta moved, launching a powerful knee strike toward Goku's abdomen. The blow rebounded with tremendous force, shaking the ground. The friends exchanged stunned glances. This was a level they had never witnessed from him before. "I will not retreat. If this path ends with the death of one of us, I will bear its consequence to the very end." In the next moment, Goku lunged forward with a lightning-fast punch, but it stopped. One of Vegeta's hands caught the fist in midair. He slowly raised his head and said with icy calm, "From now on, I'm the one who will lead this fight." He countered with a direct strike, then drove his fist toward Goku's forehead, hitting that mysterious mark at its center. Suddenly, a spark of lightning exploded. A violent shock surged through Vegeta's arm, forcing him to step back. Goku did not scream, did not retreat. He only said in a low voice, "Vegeta, if I were truly your enemy, this planet would have ended before you ever raised your hand." Vegeta froze, and before he could respond, Goku vanished. No trace of an attack, no surge of energy. He reappeared suddenly above the atmosphere. The friends were shaken. One of them said in astonishment, "It's impossible to explain what we just saw. Clearly, my dad is afflicted by a curse, and yet his actions aren't entirely evil. His charge at Vegeta feels like blind rage, not an intent to kill." A heavy silence fell. The real question was not about power, but about where the combined anger of the two would lead. Vegeta clenched his fist and whispered, "I don't understand this power. Something strange is moving inside you, but it doesn't matter. I have to end this now." In an instant, Vegeta surged upward at a speed that shattered the air, then slammed into Goku's abdomen. The impact thundered. A violent earthquake swept the planet. The ground shook, and the scene stilled for a second. Goku slowly lifted his head, his voice calm, yet laden with suppressed fury. "If you see me as a threat, Vegeta, remember that I still choose where my blows go." Vegeta was stunned by those words. Then he said with cold resolute, "And I won't wait until my instinct proves it was right." Then the clash erupted. Consecutive collisions in space, unseen blows, speeds beyond perception. Sparks of energy, shockwaves devouring the void, as if the universe itself were being crushed between their fists. Below, the friends watched with pale faces. Fear, awe, hope, all emotions intertwined. And in a distant place, on a strange planet, a woman suddenly stopped. Feeling the tremor, she said with heavy calm, "So, he finally released that power. What I trained him for is enough to destroy Universe 7. Whis must be informed before the conflict turns into annihilation." On Beerus's planet, the alarm was triggered. Whis realized that what was happening on Earth had gone beyond the point of control. At the same time, Beerus had awakened. His body was rigid, his breathing uneven, like someone torn from a heavy nightmare. Whis said anxiously, "Don't tell me. You saw it in the dream as well, Lord Beerus." Beerus did not answer immediately. He gave only a single look, a look that said everything. "Move. Now, Whis. If this continues, we will all collapse." In space, the battle paused for a moment, and a heavy silence enveloped the area. Vegeta noticed something strange. The spheres that had exploded from Bulma's house were gathering around Goku, forming a mysterious barrier. But he counted them carefully. 6 spheres only, not 7. That difference stunned him, sending his thoughts racing. This must be his weakness. Vegeta clenched his fist, waves of energy expanding around him, pressing against the horizon, igniting the air and making the stars shimmer from the sheer force of his charge. On Earth, one of the friends said in shock, "Impossible! This will destroy our planet!" Maybe he's decided to end the conflict with a single blow, but Dad looks steady. What is he planning? At that moment, Vegeta suddenly vanished and reappeared behind Goku. His attack was focused and unexpected. A violent wave of energy struck directly from behind. The explosion shook space itself, and the remaining 6 spheres collided with the blast and shattered. Pulsating light swept across Earth, and the shock reached everyone watching. Goku did not move. His back was severely damaged, and the spheres that had been behind him vanished suddenly, as if they had never existed at all. Then, something strange happened. Vegeta's body began to change. His skin filled with glowing veins. His eyes ignited with an unfamiliar energy. His scream, mixed with power and pain, swept through space, as if he were gaining something new from the shock of the attack. This lasted only for seconds. Then Vegeta lost.
私はまだ生きているのだ。ベビーが私を？Time to go.
He's dead. Someone or something attacked him.
Whoa! Get away from me! Enough!
It was obvious that there was some pervasive danger throughout the facility. I didn't know what had brought Adam here, but I did know that cooperation was imperative if we were to restore safety.
Adam, listen to me. Clearly this facility is in complete disorder. It might be too dangerous for your men to go alone. That's why I've...
Look at that.
They're coming out of the wall!
Right, stay calm.
Open fire! Bring it on!
This ain't good! Nothing's working! Listen up! Freeze guns authorized! Sam, authorizing missile use! Concentrate fire in a single location and freeze that thing! And Sam, you attack the frozen spot!
Destruction protocol activated. Please evacuate the facility immediately.